Thank you. It's a joy to be here. And Jennifer talked to me, I guess, 3 or 4 months ago, said, hey, would you mind to give a little talk about alfalfa in the South? And I said, I'd be glad to. On the genetic side, I'm not an expert. I do work mainly on the seed coatings. But right now, they tend to go pretty much hand in hand, seed coatings and the alfalfa companies. Maybe because it has become such a popular feature that they're putting on their seed. Just a little background information about my company. We've got a location in Idaho. We also have a location in the Midwest. Idaho is mainly for alfalfa. We do more of the grasses and clovers back at our location in Indiana. We do all types of species, cool seasons, warm seasons, cover crops, and then also the forage legumes, which would be in the alfalfas and clovers. But why coat seed? We look at it as an agronomic benefit. Companies also want a unique product they have out there, but if it comes down to it, it's agronomic benefit. There's got to be some usefulness in that coating. And they've changed immensely over the last, when they first came out 20, 30 years ago, they were basically a lime coating with inoculant. Now we're probably about the 7th or 8th generation away from there at that point now. I got started back in 1985 at that time, probably less than 10% of the seeds coated. Now we're up to probably about 80 to 85% of the total seed in the U.S. is coated. A lot of this is due to the technology that's in seed coatings, the agronomic benefits, and also the value-added products that we're putting in there. In the past 5 years, the big seed companies and chemical companies have invested over $3 to $5 billion on looking into seed treatments. They're going to need a return on this investment. They don't want to get left behind. There's just a lot of products that are coming out right now. And it's also, there's a lot of things we can put in there. And alfalfa breeding to increase yield can take 5 to 10 years. They can put some of these additives and get a 5 to 10% yield increase in 1 year. But when you're looking at alfalfa, the first thing, they're not looking at alfalfa when they're looking at putting some of these new enhancements in. What's the big crops? It's either corn or soybeans. We're kind of the stepchild out there, but we look at that as an opportunity because we're able to remarket a lot of these products. And the big chemical companies are willing to let somebody else take these on and use them. Our first screening is we look at it, if it's been used in corn, it's probably going to work on grass. If it's in a soybean crop, then we start looking at it before we're looking at it forward again, because it's kind of that same area. But if we see good results on the grass, we'll also bring it over to the alfalfa clover forage legume side and start looking at it there. We do get a lot of the work on both, especially when you get into the forage legumes and some of these micronutrients. Just some of the seed enhancements that we're putting out there. A lot of these do not have to be regulated. They don't have to be registered. About everybody's putting some type of one of these enhancements on now. They don't have to be registered or even listed on the seed a lot of the time. We're doing a lot of work with the hydration polymers, the micronutrients, mycorrhizals, fungicides, insecticides, and also the biostimulants. And the fungicides, the one that we've been using for the last 35 years is acreage. 95% of the alfalfa you buy out there has already got acreage. But there's a lot of new chemistry also coming out at this time. Probably the newest one that's actually been on the market is Stamina. It's mainly for Vanomyces. I'm not aware of any Vanomyces down in the South. That's mainly in the north where Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, that area, maybe a little bit maybe into Kentucky, but I'm not aware of anything that farther south. We've also done some work with Cruiser, which is an insecticide. That might be something, but I know you have a lot of bugs down in the south. They tend to overwinter. If you're having a problem with that, that might be something you want to look at in the future. And we're also doing a lot with biostimulants and biologicals, gibberellic acid, seaweed extracts, hormones, regulators, biologicals, biostimulants, and some of these bacteria. We're doing a lot of work with these super absorbent polymers, and they work very well when you're putting these other products on. What we're seeing is a lot of these products, when you put them on, they tend to dilute themselves when they get into the soil. Putting a hydration polymer, though, we're actually able to keep it close to the seed, keep it diluting out, and get maximum benefit from it. Typically these absorb 2 to 3 times their weight in water. We brought a new one out this last 2 years. We offered it on turf grass 2 years ago. We're actually going to market with it for alfalfa this year, and we're getting the 10 to 20x water intake with it. I've got this a short 30-second video. This is actually in real time. This is our standard coating, and then the one up on top is actually with our new hydration polymer we've got out there. The water uptake on this new one is so much faster than the other ones. It'll also trip and go back to a dry material, so that when it dries out, it'll also re-wet itself. We see this as big for the micronutrients and products we're putting on there, but also where you're getting into drought situations. You know, moisture limitations is probably one of the biggest things that I see for the stand feeders. In addition to having all the options, we also have a complete option for an organic option. Organics, even I've got here just the last probably year or two, we're seeing a lot more organic coating down here in Georgia. It's been big, really big through Indiana, Pennsylvania, New York, where a lot of organic producers are. We're seeing also a lot more down in this area. So we've also got options where you can go with the listed products we have. If you look at acreage for alfalfa, it's not a real pretty picture of what it's doing. Back in 2008, we're at 21 million acres. We're about 17. We're seeing a little uptick right now. You know, a lot of that was due to, you know, high corn prices, high soybean prices. But the biggest problem we see out there with alfalfa acreage is we got to get the nutritionists to actually get alfalfa back in operations. These bigger dairies, the bigger farmers, it's so much easier to grow corn silage. NAFA is actually, we're going to do some grants this next year. I think we're going to have a grant about $100,000 to $150,000 for this next year to get more alfalfa back into rations. So that should be coming out this next year. If we can get more in the ration, we can see these alfalfa figures go back up. Last year we had a lot of winter kill, so alfalfa seed sales were good last year. They look like they'll be good again this year also. I solicited, right now there's not a lot of breeding companies out there. I think we're down to about 4 right now. You've got Forage Genetics, Alfalfa, which is part of Corteva, S&WC, Legacy Seed are really about the only genetics companies out there. So I had them send some slides in just to say where they're going, where they're at right now, and kind of what's up for the future. Alfalfa seeds, they're looking at their high salt, which is salt being an issue back in this area yet. It's a big issue out west, but I think the water quality back here is pretty good. So I don't know if you start seeing issues on some of these lighter soils close to the coast, that might be something to look at in the future. One of their main areas is the high ton, which is high yield, high quality. Is one area they're working on. The high salt, as I mentioned earlier. Digest is their kind of lower lignin. It's got better quality issues, better stem to leaf ratio. And one thing they are working on quite a bit now for the future is more drought tolerant alfalfa. Alfalfa is probably one of the most drought tolerant crops we have out there now, but it tends that we always have a drought somewhere. And I think in South Georgia, you can almost count on one about every other year. That's the only place I know they actually look forward to a hurricane sometimes. We just keep the winds out.
We don't anymore.
You had enough of that last go around, didn't you? I would agree with that. Also, Forage Genetics, they do a lot of conventionals. They're also very big on the GMO side, the naturally modified. When they're looking at bringing out new alfalfa varieties, quality is a big part of it, but one of the first things they have to have is yield persistence. If you've got the best quality alfalfa out there, but if it's not yielding, it doesn't persist, then quality's not gonna do any good because they're never gonna put it on the market. Biotechnology and alfalfa, the Roundup Ready and low lignin are probably the two areas they're working on right now. They do have some more biotechnologies they're gonna be bringing out, but that's a pretty slow process of getting those out. The Harv Extra, I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with it, probably not gonna be used in the Deep South, but the great thing about the Harv Extra is low lignin, so it's got high quality, so you can actually stretch out your cutting time another 8 to 10 days and not lose a lot of quality, or you can keep it on the same cutting schedule and have a lot higher quality. One thing a lot of them are looking at where they're doing a lot of multiple cuttings is by letting it go that extra 8 to 10 days, you can probably cut one cutting out of there and save the machinery and expense of harvesting out there by having one less cutting and getting the same yield or slightly higher yield, and also a more persistent stand because you're leaving it out there, not pushing it so hard. The Harv Extra is also stacked with the Roundup Ready. These biotechnologies cost about, I think, over $100 million to bring to market and take almost 13 years to bring out. Probably though, if you're looking at who's been the most influential person, I think I see Joe back in the background back there, but probably the person who's done the most for getting alfalfa back into Georgia for persistence and stand was a lot of the work that Joe Alfalfa did with Alpha Grade, was the first one out there, and now Genetics or America's Alfalfa has the Alpha Grade 600 RR, but the Bulldog 505, which is more for North Georgia, and 805 for the southern part, have been great additions out there. So the future of alfalfa, they're sequencing it. I'm not sure if they're close to having it all done, but once they have this, they'll be able to incorporate some of these things a lot easier. I don't know they'll get much cheaper. The regulatory on these is getting pretty expensive, and we're also getting some backlash from countries out there on who's going to allow the genetically modified. China's right now probably the one that's causing the most trouble. That's the end of mine. I'll be around for any questions, but thanks, Jennifer, for letting me be here.
Yeah.